Had no need to fight tonight.
Public accountability means the obligation to answer publicly, which is to report to an acceptable standard of answering for the discharge of responsibilities that affect the public in important ways. It is the obligation to answer for a responsibility conferred. Accountability is often associated with such concepts as answerability, responsibility, blameworthiness, liability, and other terms associated with the expectation of accounting. In politics, especially in the representative democratic system, accountability is a partial factor in determining good governance, and hence, the legitimacy of power. The election of state representative requires a responsible attitude to the public. Therefore, the Malaysian Constitution speaks directly and indirectly on the accountability, especially when it involves public property. Auditing is a form of check and balance process, which is important to determine whether a monetary transaction of an institution is running well. The Constitution and the National Audit Act provide certain powers to increase the level of auditing and further on the level of accountability, especially in public sector. A seminar paper titled Role of Supreme Audit Institution in National Development sees the national development at 4 stages, namely maintenance phase, mobilization phase, guidance phase, and coordination phase. There are 2 different audit parts that have been identified in the public sector. Firstly, the monetary audit to evaluate the extent of the system reliability based on the financial regulations in place. And secondly, is the audit attainability. This section emphasizes on the effectiveness aspect and efficacy on the use of sources to produce a high return and the agreed objective. The legal amendment in the Audit Act 1957 also inserts accountability elements as a precondition to check on the government organization's achievement.
Okay. Thank you to my partner for giving this opportunity to me to present my part. Okay, in this part that I'm going to present to you is about the role of Parliament and Auditor General in ensuring our public accountability in Malaysia. So, the first one that I'm going to present to you is about the role of Parliament in ensuring our public accountability in Malaysia. So, maybe you all be thinking that what is a Parliament and why the Parliament is very important into our country. So, Parliament is the legislative authority of Federation, and you know that Federation is the first law in Malaysia, and we're gonna through with this law if we have any issue or problem that we're gonna solve into our country. So, Parliament also has their own server, like a forum to discuss about our public matters. Then we're gonna use this Dewan Rakyat, Dewan Kerusi Rakyat, if there has any issue that they have to solve, and they discuss about public matters, and also I think that they will discuss about public entities, and of course they will discuss about public accountability. If you have any issue that they have to income it to be stable, if you have any issue with this problem. So that's all I know about the Parliament, and I think in the next presentation that I'm going to present to you is about the role of Auditor General in ensuring our public accountability in Malaysia. Auditor General is auditor of public entities and auditor of government department, and also auditor of public accountability in Malaysia. So, auditor look into our public matter like a public entities, and also look into our particular of financial or proprietary aspect in concern our department or all matter in this country. It was involved about the Auditor General. And that's all I know about the Auditor General, and I will pass this presentation to the next presenter. Thank you. That's all from me.
On August 29, 2017, there is an issue of public accountability in Malaysia. The issue is that young people agree that corruption is the main challenge of the country. The issue of accountability and transparency is a major challenge addressed by a total 82% of young people in the country. A total of 47% of young people believe there is a lack of political freedom in Malaysia, and 28% of respondents also believe there will be free if given more flexibility to practice. The survey is the part of the Global Shaper Annual Survey 2017, organized by the World Economic Forum, which involves a survey of young people aged between 18 to 35 years. Okay. Among the solutions that can be made is to conduct an awareness campaign on the matter. Other than that, provide counselling for young people so they are not distracted by negative things.
Okay, now my part is for explain about conclusions for a public accountability. In conclusions, public accountability is a full efforts of a public servants to maintain experience in performing professional duties towards helping themselves for increased self-awareness of their own belief, attitude, knowledge, and also practice, as well as some suggestions for a future's improvement. That's all.